Hey guys, how is everybody doing? It is hot. I hope y'all are staying. I almost said stay warm, but y'all definitely don't need to stay warm because it's hot in the mug. Y'all stay cool. We're talking about Porsha Williams, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we done talked about this so much, but we know, that Porsha has a property that she owns by herself, and she had said that she had to sell it in order to get a mortgage. Well, it looks like she has listed her mortgage. She has listed her property in Duluth, hoping to get a mortgage for the property that she is living in that Simon is not paying her alimony for.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
And as I stated, I hope y'all are staying cool because it is hot as heck out here. Okay, so I'm looking at this. I can't really show it to y'all because it does have a woman address. But in all honesty, the property is listed on a website that everybody has access to. I believe I'm looking on Georgia MLS, or you can look under realtor.com. But Porsha has listed her property for $1.8 million. It has 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bedrooms. I'm sorry, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and it's 6,166 square feet. Now, this is the property that is listed in Duluth. Now, if you guys recall, this was the property that Porsha bought originally, and this is the one that she bought when Cordell put her out, right? So she bought this property. Now she had testified in the divorce hearing that she needed to sell the property. So it looks like that's what she's doing. But this is the problem, y'all. And this is a problem for her. She stated she needed to sell her property, y'all. We is in a bad situation in terms of people being able to sell their property. The market is bad. So Portia got a bunch of hurdles to jump over. For one, she needs to sell this property, okay? Then she needs to get a mortgage for the home that she lives in. So she got a lot of work to do. She has a lot of work to do. Looking at the pictures from her property, and I'm gonna put this on Patreon. So if y'all on Patreon, I can release the whole thing. Unfortunately, YouTube is a little different. Now, this is a beautiful property, and if now that I'm able to see all of the pictures, I would have just stayed here. This property is nice. I mean, she definitely could have upgraded and, did some, work to bring it a little bit up to today. Because it's a little bit outdated, but it is ultimately, this is a beautiful home. I'm not sure why she's trying to move. If I look at what this property says, it says an average mortgage for a property around this price is about $12,000. And $12,519, and that's a principal and interest payment of about 9,500, and then property tax is about 2,217, and it looks like the homeowner fees are like $246 a month. um so this is a really nice property. So she's selling it with hopes to be able to obviously get the mortgage for the property that she is currently in. And we talked about that in detail. We know that, and Simon has did multiple interviews basically saying he's not paying the mortgage. We also know that they have to go back to court. I'm sorry, I don't remember if it's in September or I think it's in September, may even be October, which is actually bad kind of for Portia because she actually has to go to court, and then the judge is going to make a ruling, and then at that point he will transfer the property in her name, and that is provided Simon doesn't do it. And I don't know if y'all been watching Simon. Simon seems like he living his best life and he don't give a damn. So at this point, Portia has listed this property for sale. And obviously somebody needs to buy it, close on it, and now she can have this property obviously off her credit because it seems like from what she was saying, now this is what she said. I don't know if this, is true. She stated that she needed to sell this property. And this is what she's doing. Now, for those of you that, if y'all a little bit confused as to what property I'm talking about, this is the property that Porsha's mother lives in, which is interesting because I believe in other interviews or something, I thought Porsha said that was her mama's home, which is so crazy because if it's her mother's home, she by no means would be selling it, and then it wouldn't be in her name. So we know, Porsha just be lying and making shit up because in fact, this property is still a property that is in her name. So it looks like she's trying to move forward with, procuring a mortgage. And one of the steps is to be able to sell this property. But here's the deal, y'all. Is she going to be able to sell it? Because people are struggling with selling their properties because the market is really, really slow. Now, she listed this property for $1.8 million. Maybe she can sell it if she bring the property, the amount down. But I would imagine, she wants to sell the property for the most that she can get, because that's why people buy properties, because they want to be able to benefit from the equity. But in this situation, with all the timelines that Porsha needs to meet and being able to sell this property, I don't know if she's going to make it, honey, because if Simon, and we know Simon isn't paying the mortgage, that means she has to pay it because she needs to keep this baby from the bank taking it. So I don't know. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think. But from what I'm seeing, the property has been listed. It is on Georgia MLS. It is open. Even if you guys were to go look under, Zillow, realtor.com, Georgia MLS, it's plenty of, places where you can actually see the property. It's there. It's open to the public. Anybody can see it. Keep in mind, the property is being sold. So in all actuality, she wants anybody and whoever want to see it to buy it and take it off her hand. But I don't know. It may happen, possibly can happen sooner if she lower the amount. Y'all got to understand, people are always looking for a bargain. Maybe she can grab some investor that maybe wants to buy it and flip it or something like that. But I feel like based on her price point, unless she's selling it for less than is worth, I don't think she's going to sell it. I think it's going to be a long situation, and it may land her into some trouble if she's not able to sell her property and be able to I shouldn't even say to be able to purchase the other property, because in fact, she doesn't own it. So we'll keep watching. We'll see. But at this point, it looks like the property has been for sale for now 22 days. So if y'all recall, we're in the month of July. June is when they went to court. So she has put this baby for sale sometime in the month of July. It is for sale. It is the Duluth property. So I don't know what she's gonna do with her mother. Maybe she gonna move in with her in the other house. I don't know. But the property is for sale. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think Porsha gonna make that deadline, or do you think Porsha just played herself? Because what if she sells this house and then she can't get a mortgage? Ooh, that'll be some mess. Now what?
She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea, still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.